Alright, I'm gonna try to one-shot this, okay? It's my first recording. Usually takes me about 15. Going off the dome, talking head video update. What's been going on in Jake McCollum's life the past couple of months. It's Monday, October 9th, 2022. It is day 1,661 of living out of a car. I have 4.993 years sober from my drug of choice, which was crystal meth. Been sober since Halloween 2018. I've got 646 days sober from everything mind-altering. Weed, alcohol, stuff like that. Since January 1st of 2022. And as of today, or so far, I've been just like documenting my personal life on YouTube for like 6 years. Started in August of 2017 in Florida. Having just gotten out of a rehabilitation center for my drug use. I was living in a halfway house and needed a crutch. I needed something new to do, and figured I'd try YouTube because I was infatuated by it and was already watching a lot of other vloggers do it, so figured I'd give it a shot. Figure I'll go from the last video and what I've been up to, because that would just make sense. It's literally my channel is my life and my growth and everything. So in the last video, I told y'all I'd started doing a lot of changes. I started doing jiu-jitsu. I got a new job. I don't know. I was trying to get my shit together. And, the past, 2 months after I posted the last video, it was, like, pretty freaking awesome, dude. Like, it was great. I continued to do what I was doing. It was like, I've continued to work at Juice Land. I'm still there. I've been there for like nearly 3 months somehow, because usually when it comes to any type of job that is not that I have a boss, or like where I'm not self-employed, I usually either quit or get fired somehow. And so that's huge. I enjoy it there, I suppose. It's making smoothies, it's making juices, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes I do feel demoralized working there. But that's not to say that it's not a beautiful place. I work at the first one ever made, you know what I mean? And it's right off Barton Springs in Austin, Texas. And it's extremely busy. And I love what they are putting out into the world, to live a clean life and, drink your juices and all this other stuff. And so it's, the part for me is that it's just like, I suppose I'm an impatient person, I want so badly to not be making juices at 31 years old and to be doing something more meaningful to me, because who am I to say that that's not a meaningful job for someone else, you know what I mean? It's just not really for for me, I guess. But while I've been there, you know, I feel like a lot of the people at work might think I'm an asshole, and I'm trying not to put any words in anyone's mouth here. This is just an assumption on my part, because I don't really talk much at work, guys. Like I'm a pretty different person in person than I am on YouTube. It's easy for me to just pull out a camera and start talking to it, you know what I mean? But in person, it can be, my communication skills suck. I have really bad anxiety. I'm depressed most of the time, you know what I mean? And so I'm very reserved, and I feel like that kind of comes across as maybe for people who don't know that I can be that way. I can see how it could be perceived as, oh, I'm an asshole, I don't care about them, I don't want to talk to them, etc., etc., you know what I mean? So, I feel like that's kind of been going on at work. But, other than that, it's been crazy there. ACL is happening right now, which is one of like the biggest music festivals in the country. Maybe not the country, but it's huge. It's massive. People have been all over the streets in Austin this weekend, and Juice Land's right next to the entrance, and so that there's just been people freaking everywhere, which is pretty cool, you know. But anyways, yeah, still there, still, and you know, I started to feel all these different types of ways, and I was like, what can I do to like better myself in my future? Like, are there other things that I could be pursuing right now? Obviously, you know, I've been talking about how I've felt about YouTube a lot in the previous videos, and feeling as if it's not working, or I'm doing something incorrectly, and obviously I've been inconsistent, and feel like my life hasn't been interesting enough to put anything out, and haven't been traveling, etc., etc. I don't really want to get into all of that, but and so I decided to try real estate again, and try and get my real estate license for the third time. OG subscribers know I tried to do that in Florida while we were there. And then there was actually another time where I tried to do it here in Texas. But at that time I was still using, and so that went out of the water. That was not going to happen. In Florida, I passed school. I just couldn't pass like the state exam. I tried it 6 times. And I kind of just took it as a sign to let it go and try something else, because obviously I wasn't intrigued by it enough to want to pass the test, I guess you could say. And so same thing kind of happened this time, you know. I tried probably a month and a half, 2 months ago to buy it again and start doing it, and I got like through 30 hours of the 180 hours required of schooling, and was like, oh, now I realize why I stopped doing it the first 2 times, and it just freaking pissed me off, because it's just like I just spent all this money, you know, and I like just wasn't. It was boring to me. Okay, no offense to anyone out there that practices. 2 of my closest friends practice it. You know what I mean? I just didn't know what to do. You know, I'm like trying, which is huge. You know what I mean? That's something in itself. But it just sucks to fail, I guess. If you want to look at it that way, if anything, I suppose you could see it as a W, because I'm out here, you know, trying to do something with my life. It just so happened that you know, wasn't going to work for the 3rd time. But anyways, that really kind of pushed me over the edge, though. You know what I mean? Because I haven't been feeling like I don't know what else to do, and that was one thing where I felt like I was gonna try and commit again, but I don't know. I just started getting depressed again. You know, so in the last video I talked about how I was trying to get ripped, and kind of did, honestly. I started to get some abs. My muscles were kind of getting bigger. I kept that going for probably another month after I posted the last video, consistently working out every day, every other day or so, and I stopped doing that probably a week or two ago. Haven't been working out at all. Jiu-jitsu, I stopped doing that as well. Two reasons. One is it's just extremely expensive. You know, and I needed the extra money because, guys, I still have $2,100 worth of bills every single month, and it's just a lot especially when you're just living out of your car. I couldn't get a place even if I wanted to right now. And then also, more importantly, it was just that I didn't have time because when I stopped training jiu-jitsu is when I was trying to study real estate, and I couldn't balance running, which I never stopped. I know in the last video I was like, I'm having knee problems. That didn't stop me from continuing to run. Running will always be my first passion. And my knee did get better. It's a lot better now. So I haven't stopped running. I'll always run. But I couldn't balance running, working out, jiu-jitsu, school, work, taking care of my mental health. I was doing way too much. And everything sort of just kind of crashed down around me. One thing stopped working, and then everything else stopped working at the same time. I kind of just got to a point where I started just watching a bunch of YouTube videos again, spending a countless amount of hours just watching live streamers. I don't know if that's something that you could call something I'm passionate about. That's like saying you're passionate about watching me. You know what I mean? I don't know how I feel about that. But I just know that the creators that I've been watching on YouTube have really helped me get through, I guess, this kind of stage of life that I'm currently in. And they're all like gamers, you know what I mean? It's something I've like really missed is my nerdy side. 'Cause it always, I feel like, hurts my subs to hear this, but it was never my intention to be a travel channel or the car life guy on YouTube. I was just like documenting my life, and that just so happened to be something that I was doing, But I've always just felt like a nerd my whole life, And so, yeah, I've just been watching gamers, Ludwig, Valkyrie, Sykkuno, Fusli, Blau. I just want to thank them publicly for working as hard as they do. And anyways, I'd say the only thing that's really been keeping me going, guys, is God. I always feel like it makes a lot of people uncomfortable to hear this, but spirituality has really been helping me out so much lately. Mornings are always like the best time for me. You know, I've been waking up at like 5:20 in the morning, mostly just for work. If it's an off day like today, I'll probably wake up at like 6:30. But like the first hour of the day, you know, I grab my McDonald's coffee or gas station coffee. It's been lately. And I'll just drive to a park and I'll just sip my coffee and like read the Bible or just pray and meditate. And I can't emphasize how important that is to me. And I just want to talk about it because that's like real, like I said, it's like the only thing that's been helping me get by lately. And if I'm going to offer anyone any sort of help in this video, I want them to know that that's the one thing that I've been heavily reliant on lately, and that I know for 100% a fact that's actually beneficial in helping me in my life. And so I would hope that maybe if you haven't tried that in your life and you're struggling, that maybe you could try to implement that. Whatever that looks like for you, you know. For me, that's the biblical version of God. There's just a lot of value in the Bible. I know a lot of people probably think that it's cringe, but it's like with any book, I suppose. Like sometimes we put it off for such a long period of time. I've got a book right here. I have it. This one right here. I've been so excited to read this for like half a year now. Just haven't done it. I don't know. I guess the Bible is different for me though. It's just like, it's actually like motivating, and there's a lot of good stuff in there that legitimately helps me. So it's a lot easier for me to pick it up every morning. Anyways, that's about where I'm at. I did write down like a goals list this morning. You know, because I'm continuing to try. I know I've been like super monotone this whole entire video. It's just because I've been having a rough day, and I was like scrolling through Instagram for a second, and I saw a post that said, you know, most people don't want to go through pain, and pain is what you have to go through sometimes to progress in life. And I was like, well, shit, I haven't posted a YouTube video in like 3 months. Maybe, you know, 3.5, 4 people might be interested in hearing what I've been up to, you know. So maybe I could give that a shot and actually do something today on my off day. I did go for a run earlier, but it was like 5 miles. I wish I would have done more. It's been so beautiful in Texas the past couple of days. It was a rough season for me, living in my car, trying to get through these 100 degree plus days. That was pretty rough. And so I'm ecstatic for good weather. It's like 80 degrees outside right now. But I'm probably about to go for another run, a second run for today. And I don't know, guys. Anyways, what I want currently, you know, I was talking about like live streamers. I was thinking about, you know, getting a PC capable enough to like run like video games or just anything for that matter. But to break that down, I feel like need a place to be able to build a PC in the place. And then to get a place, you know, I would have to probably fix my credit and have to make more money. And to break it down even further, for me to make more money, I've either got to get a second job and, you know, permanently be working, or find something else. And so, anyways, that's a rabbit hole that we could continue to go down. So all from just wanting a PC. You know. What else do I want in life right now? I want better relationships. My relationships are ass right now. I feel like even like with like my parents, I don't, you know, I wish I was closer to them. Today's actually my mom's birthday, you know, and my dad's was passed by recently as well, and so, you know, family and just making friends and stuff, because I've been terrible about that, you know, and just communicating with people. Matter of fact, my friend, you know, yesterday or the day before that, my friend, my other YouTuber friend, Brandon Buckingham, just sent me a text that said, "How are you?" And just a simple text like that meant so much to me. You know what I mean? Even if I wouldn't have replied to him, just seeing that text, like, turned my whole entire day around. I'd encourage you to check on your friends today, if you know, if it's been a while, or you know, if you're struggling with something, to maybe just reach out to someone that you know that maybe you can trust, and just have a conversation with, you know, because I found that super helpful. And he actually invited me on to his second channel to talk a little bit about what I've gone through in life and what I've been going through recently. So I'll leave a link to that video in the description. He was actually live streaming it, and we just had a conversation. So anyways, yeah, just that's kind of what I want to work on, is just relationships. The third thing I wrote down was I want to be more busy. I feel like I've been spending too much time consuming other people's content and not doing enough productive things in my life. And so I just wrote down to be more busy and have more things to do. The fourth one is try and do a better job. This is easier said than done, but just like destroy my limiting beliefs and mindset, and my ego and my selfishness and my negative thoughts, my demons, my lack of confidence, etc. So just like a bunch of mental stuff that I'd like to work on, continue to work on. Goal setting, you know, I've always been really good about that, and like writing and journaling, but I need to be better about, it was like what I was saying earlier about the PC, just breaking things down to achievable goals, you know what I mean? I just want to be better about that and actually go through with it. This one was a huge one. It was decide whether to get a place and finally like try and figure out how to do that, or actually like start to take advantage of my current situation. You know, not many people get the opportunity to continue living out of their car as long as I have, and I just feel like I could be doing so much more with it. You know what I mean? Clearly, it's like I'm not even saving any money. That was like the main reason why I had to do it in the first place, because I couldn't afford rent. And, you know, I can't even do that. I got too many bills. And so it's just like, for me, it's like, what's the point of, why am I even doing this, you know? You know, my car payment with insurance is $800. That's still cheaper than most rent. Yes, I know that's expensive for a car. I don't want to get into it, but, you know, I can't afford both. So anyways, deciding that, and then also, I'd just like to start a second channel and maybe start over, to be completely honest with you. Because I feel like I've got 6 years of experience. I feel like maybe if I just started over and tried something completely different than what I've been doing the past 6 years, that maybe it would do well. Maybe it would be something new that we could experience. But I don't know. Just thought I'd put some of my thoughts out there into the world. I'd love to, you know, get some feedback from everybody. And I've missed y'all, you know. By the way, anyone that's supported me on Patreon, I just canceled it. And I just want to I want to apologize for not being present the past couple of months. You know, there's been people that have still been getting charged on Patreon. So if you are a Patreon, reach out to me. I'm more than willing to pay you back for the past couple of months. Matter of fact, I've already sent some money to some of the Patreons. So I just appreciate everyone's continued support, and I'm confident that I'm gonna make it through this. And I'm actually excited for what's gonna be coming in the future because, you know, I feel blessed enough to be able to be in a position that I'm in where I'm able to kind of just configure where I want to go. I can literally kind of just do whatever I feel like right this second, and not that many people get that opportunity. So I do feel truly blessed. And anyways, I've been going on for a while now. If you haven't been told you're loved today, I love you. If today's your birthday, happy birthday. You know, please say happy birthday, Mama Jake, down in the comments below. I'm sure she'd love that. And yeah, that's about it.